October. I think we're going to do this again next week. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm just saying, maybe, twist my arm, I'll come back. So I think it was great to get everybody a hot lap because you could see exactly how we do it as professionals. It's exactly as we're trying to teach it to you. So there are a lot of parts of the track that we have to be very careful because they are just slow corners, and they're slow corners to you and they're slow corners to us. So we have a lot of discipline on this track. There's some technical aspects of the track that are difficult, that really teach you to be patient. Because what do you want to do with your foot when you take it off the brake? Put it on the gas. So you have to learn just to be patient with some of these corners, especially this first corner. Very long corner where you just have to wait. Finally you get to get on the gas as you come out. So it was good to get everybody on track. Try the 450H GS and as well as the ISF. I think a lot of people, their eyes opened up when they got in the ISF. I know mine did. Watching you guys really get on the power. And knowing to take advantage of the straightaway. Some people, you have to get out of your comfort zone on a racetrack to understand kind of how things work on a racetrack. And of course the first thing is safety, and we understand that, but I think a lot of people, as you did more laps, I saw the light bulb go off, like really understanding how the track flows and how it connects and how much easier it is when you start to look up and look to see how much is coming at you instead of looking straight down and driving like that. So it's nice to see everybody really get that down, and it was fun. So I think we should get some LFAs out here next time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A few
I think
LFAs.
somebody's getting one. I understand somebody's getting one. But hopefully this is a chance for you guys to continue your skills driving on the track. And a lot of things that we teach you on the racetrack you can apply on the road. Not driving fast, but as far as how you anticipate, how you think ahead, how you think about one step ahead of where you're actually at, and how you analyze what's happening in front of you. I think some people that were driving faster than others, and as you're coming up to a slower car, what do I do? Do I stay here? Do I go left? Do I go right? And trying to be as predictable as you can. I think if you're a slower driver, just stay where you're at. It's always the responsibility of the faster driver to pass the slower car. Some people like to get out of the way. If you're a slow driver, you feel like you're holding other people back. But everybody's learning at different speeds. And so you don't want to take away from your own learning by worrying about somebody else. Okay, so it was good. I think everybody played together well on the racetrack, and all the cars look exactly how they showed up, which is good, as far as I know, yeah. So does anybody have any questions about the process that we went through, how the track felt? Does anybody have a favorite corner? I know I do. I've got like 4 or 5 favorite corners. Some of those corners, there's a lot of blind corners on the track where you can't see what's happening on the other side of the track, and that takes a lot of confidence. Knowing that if I come over this at the right spot, is there going to be a racetrack on the other side of the hill? And thankfully there is, but that takes a lot of confidence in us, of course, because we know the track. But again, always knowing where to be, which is great. Anybody have anything they want to add?
What is the top speed that you go for?
Top speed, I wasn't looking at the speedometer, but I'm sure it was a little bit north of 200. So it's pretty good. The ISF's a very fast car. And the brakes, as you guys know, are very, very good brakes. Very good brakes. And the GS, again, very good car, but even again as instructors and as professionals, we can only drive as hard as the car will allow us to. So if the brakes start to go soft, then of course we need to bring our speed down and make sure that we drive within the limits of the car. Any other questions? Top speed? Anybody else?
How often do you drive right-hand drive now?
How often do I drive right-hand drive? This was the first time I've driven right-hand drive in 6 years. So, thank you for believing in me. I think I did okay. But the last time I actually drove a right-hand drive was for a movie. It was the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. I was a stunt driver in that, and that was actually the first time I drove a right-hand drive. So that was eye-opening. So you guys, I kept going for the right-hand or the left-hand seat when I was going to the car, so I had to remember to switch sides. So it was good. Thank you guys. Any other questions? You guys were great. We're going to have dinner later together, so we get to trade stories, I think. Anything else you want to say, Kate? So what's our next plan? Yep.
Thanks, Tony. All right, and now we will have Mr. William Chu, Commercial Director of Lexus Sales, to say a few words.
50% discount.
Dear friends, I'm sure that you have enjoyed yourself as much as I do. I enjoyed myself tremendously. And when I first test drove the ISF in the Goodwood circuit, it was just on the trial lap, so to say, before driving the LFA. And I said to myself, wow, this is really a great car. Of course, at that time was left-hand drive. So I had a bit of difficulty trying to adjust between right-hand drive and right-hand drive. But there's something that I've heard from a lot of you is that why is it took us so long, you see? And many of you told me that it's only on the track they realized the potential of Lexus, what Lexus could do. And this is the first time we have such a track event. Basically because at that time we used to tell ourselves, no, we do not have a performance car. Now we have the ISF, we have the LFA. Those who still want the LFA can still see me. I will still try to fight TNC for another unit. I may not be successful, but you know, I'm still a sales director, so I have to always keep on selling cars. But however, this is the first time we have a track event, and I would call your founders, the pioneers or whatever you may call it. Now, before we came here, and we are talking about making caps and all the rest of it, you know, and so I keep on telling Denise, why F? Why F? I don't like F, you know, you see. Can we choose something else? Unfortunately, we couldn't because F stands for Fuji Speedway. Actually, that's what it is. It represents the high-performance cars that Lexus manufactures. You see, ISF, LFA. So, what I like to do is that, following a lot of positive feedbacks from you all, we're going to start. First of all, beginning with all of you, members of the Lexus F Club, as we call it. Okay, for one of a better term, we're going to call it a Lexus F Club, and all of you will be pioneer members of the Lexus F Club. Okay. Which will mean that this is not going to be the first and the last. We're going to organize more such track events. So let us try to formalize the details and what it is, and we're going to group you all. Some of you are members of the Lexus Club, but you are members of the Lexus F Club. Okay, and we're going to group you all together, and then as we let the members grow, as more and more Lexus owners begin to understand the potential of a Lexus once they're on the track. Okay, so I don't want to take too long. We have about an hour's drive back, and then we have dinner together, and then we can continue to share stories. And I enjoy. Okay, just now ask a question. What is it you like most, or which part of the track you like most? Just to share, I personally like the corners because it's on the track that I could play with the manual gear, up, down, up, down. I tried doing it in Singapore. I got frustrated. I changed it back to auto. But here I really play with it and I really enjoy it, you know. And I like the corners best, you know. So all the corners I enjoy, you know, downshift, upshift again, and all the rest of it. So that's what I enjoy. We can trade stories over dinner when we get there to the hotel. So if there's nothing more, I think we'll be making our way back to the hotel, and I see you all over dinner. And once again, thank you for participating. Thank you for making this day so special and giving us a new insight as to how we should approach the F series, and we will start with the Lexus F Club. And I think the Lexus Club team and under Janice will send you details later on. So you are pioneer members. Thank you.
Thank you.